All right, welcome back. We are continuing our midterm review. One of the things you will be asked to do that we've gone over is you'll be given a symbolic syllogism, such as this, and then you'll be given a key. And you will be asked to write this out in full sentences. It's the key terms. Full sentences. You'll be asked, write this out in full sentences. To write this out in full sentences, you need to follow this very carefully. You take the sentence for P, put it here, the sentence for Q, and just plug it in, man. That's all you got to do. Right? And keep in mind, you have to know what these symbols mean. You have to know that this is an if-then hypothetical. This is not read as P if-then Q. This is read as if P then Q. So, to write this out in a full sentence, it will look like this. If, don't forget that, if P then Q. So if P, you have hope. I'm feeling optimistic for some reason, so here you go. Here's some optimism. If you have hope, if P then Q, then you will succeed. So the first line is going to look like this. I don't know why I put this here. I was just kind of trying to be careful not to go off camera here. So this is really just one sentence. If you have hope, then you will succeed. P. You have hope. Notice there's no symbol here. It's just P. You just plug it in. You have hope. And what does this symbol mean? Therefore, Q. You will succeed. There. This would be the answer. If I say, here's a symbolic syllogism, here's your key, please write it using a full sentences. This is what you will submit. This is the right answer. This is the full answer to the question. So let's change it up a little bit. Let's say if, I don't know, I lost my optimism, so let's do away with this. If P then Q, not P, therefore not Q. If we were to change this, then that would look like this. If P then Q. We haven't changed anything. So if P then Q. If you have hope, if P then Q, then you will succeed. Let's see if I can do it without going off camera. Then I will succeed. I was not successful. I'm not going off camera. If P then Q, not P. So if P is you have hope, not P is to negate it in some way. There's more than one way you could do this. I like the way that sounds the best according to how we speak. You don't have hope. Okay. You don't have hope. Therefore, not Q. You will succeed. You won't succeed. Now, this would be the way to write this using, if I were to say, full sentences, here are the symbols, here's the key, please write it out. This would be the answer. If P, then Q. If you have hope, then you will succeed. You do not have hope, therefore you will not succeed, because these are negated. Now, is the first one valid or invalid? If you have hope, then you will succeed. You have hope, therefore you will succeed. If P, then Q, P, therefore Q. So technically it's valid. It might not be sound. It might not be the case that that's the real conclusion. Just because you have hope doesn't mean you'll succeed. People have hope without succeeding all the time, right? So it's not a sound argument, but it's a valid one. The structure actually fits, because if it's raining, then it's cloudy. It's raining, therefore it's cloudy. But what about this? If you have hope, then you'll succeed. You don't have hope, therefore you won't succeed. If it's raining, then it's cloudy. It's not raining. Does it therefore follow it's not cloudy? No. This is actually invalid. This is a valid argument, and this is an invalid one. You don't have hope, therefore you won't succeed, right? There are hopeless people who happen to succeed all the time, right? You don't have to have hope in order to be successful. Sometimes people succeed on our behalfs, maybe, and we lay there hopeless and we can't do anything. So if you're given, you will be given, all right? You will be given something that says, here are some symbols, here are the keys, and you need to rewrite this in full sentence. If you're given these symbols the first time I showed you, this would be your answer, and that would be the full answer, unless I say something like, indicate validity. Please, please, please read if I indicate that, because there have been many times in many of my classes where I have said, please indicate validity, and students do not earn full credit because they don't indicate validity. So please look for that. The second time we wrote it though, if I give you all of this, this would be your answer. And if I say indicate validity, just write something like valid or invalid. If this were the answer, it'd be valid. If this were the answer, it'd be invalid. So something to keep in mind, something to remember. You will be given an either or, a disjunctive, or an if then, a hypothetical. You will be given a key, and I will ask you to write in full sentences. And this is what it will look like as a full sentence. By full sentence, or subject, predicate, using if-thens or either or, depending on what the symbol is. Make sure it is a full sentence. All right. Thank you very much.